Now we have intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs, they do not need any object to make sense, unlike transitive verb. Like in transitive verb, if there is no object, the sentence will not make a complete sense. But in intransitive verb, if there is no object after the verb, then also it will make sense. For example, the man sang melodiously. So after sang, we don't have any object. We have an adverb. That's it. Still, it is making complete sense to me and to anyone. So, here sang will be intransitive verb. Now, intransitive verb, they fail to transfer the action. Suppose sometimes what happens, you have an object. It is not a direct object, it is not an indirect object. These are objective preposition, which you have not done, so I'm not going to discuss in detail. The only thing that you need to know is that these objective preposition usually come after prepositions. So they don't answer what, whom, or to what, or at what, and so on and so forth. So what happens in intransitive verb, either there will be no object, or even if there is an object, it will be objective preposition. So what happens is the intransitive verbs, they are not able to transfer the action. Okay, so since they are not able to, or they fail to transfer the action, they are called as intransitive verb. Okay, and as I told you, the objects are usually preceded by a preposition. So there's a preposition before these kind of objects, and they are known as objective preposition, and that is why the verb is intransitive verb. For example, she walked in the park. So if I ask the question, she walked where? In the park, right? So this is intransitive verb because it is not answering what and whom. If I ask you the question, she walked what? In the park. No, doesn't make sense. She walked whom? In the park. Doesn't make sense. So these two questions, it is not answering. So it is not a transitive verb. It is answering where, right? She walked where? In the park. It's an intransitive verb. Also, very important thing, after walked, there is a preposition. So in the transitive verbs, as I told you, there shouldn't be a preposition after the verb. But in intransitive verb, there can be a preposition after the verb. And one more important thing is that the intransitive verb can never be changed into a passive voice. If I tell you she walked in the park was walked by her. No, there is no chance of changing intransitive verb into a passive verb, passive voice. So we can conclude that intransitive verb can or cannot have an object. Second, the intransitive verb, if they do not have an object, fine. If they have an object, then the action is not transferred to the object, and the object is not direct or indirect object. Those are object of preposition. What are object of preposition? The object which are followed by a preposition. Third important point, the intransitive verb, if they have an object, they will be followed by a preposition. But transitive verb will never have a preposition after the verb. Fourth important point, that intransitive verb cannot be changed into a passive form of the voice or passive voice. So this is what intransitive verbs are. Now let's find out the difference between transitive verb and intransitive verb. Very important. The first point is the transitive verbs, they need an object compulsorily to make sense. Intransitive verb, they don't need any object. Even if there's an object, they don't need any object to make sense. That's the main point. Second is the object that are used in transitive verbs are direct or indirect object or both. But in transitive verb, they will have object of preposition. That is, the object will have a preposition before it. Third important point, the verbs, they transfer their action to the object. But in intransitive verb, the verbs are not able to transfer their action to the object if there is an object. Fourth point, transitive verbs can be changed into passive voice, and intransitive verb cannot be changed into a passive voice. Fifth important point is transitive verb is never followed by a preposition, but intransitive verbs can be followed by a preposition. There can be a preposition after it. Sixth point is that transitive verb answers the question what and whom, but intransitive verb answers the question, never answers the question what and whom. It answers something else, how maybe, or where maybe, like we saw in that example. She walked in the park. She walked where? In the park. So now there are certain common feature also that we find in both transitive and intransitive. What are those? Now both transitive and intransitive are a part of finite verbs. We've not done finite, non-finite verbs, so I will not go in detail. Next is both can have regular verbs or irregular verbs. So the verbs used as a transitive verb or the verbs used as an intransitive verb can be a regular or irregular verb. Both can have an object following them. Transitive verb, it is mandatory to have an object. Intransitive verb can have an object which will be an object of preposition and cannot have. So it's okay. And both can make complete sense, of course. Of course, otherwise it won't be a sentence itself. Now, there are certain verbs that can be used both as transitive verb and intransitive verb. What are those? Let's see. We have eat, add, etc. Let's see an example of eat. It is good to eat healthy food. Here, eat is used as a transitive verb. It is good to eat what? Healthy food. So we have a direct object after it and eat is transitive verb. But in the next sentence, we must eat well to live healthily. We must eat how well. It is not answering what and there is no object after it. So it is intransitive verb. So similarly, if I say enter, she entered the park. She entered what? The park. Transitive. She entered in the park. She entered where? In the park. See, I have added a preposition here, so it becomes intransitive. So enter can be used as both transitive and intransitive, and there are many such examples. Now this brings us to the end of our topic, that is transitive and intransitive. I hope it was clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the online classes that we have regularly, and I'll of course resolve your and clear your doubts. All right, thank you. Kindly go through the text of your grammar textbook and get back to me if you have any doubt.